Hey guys, it's Seabass. So back in March, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I had made a post that my clutch on my Corolla decided to grenade on me again. And so I dropped my C60 transmission out of the vehicle, and I found out that the spring on my clutch disc had popped out again, like the first time on my Corolla. If you guys haven't seen that video, I suggest you guys go watch it. The first time it happened. I decided to give Exedy another chance the first time around and make them redeem themselves, but after a track session and a month later after the track session I had around my birthday, the Corolla's clutch decided to poop out, I guess. And so in the process of changing out the clutch, my fourth gear was grinding, downshifting from fifth into fourth. So I decided to get my C60 rebuilt. And so I didn't want to reuse the Celica transmission that I had. I had another XRS specific transmission, which the block off hole for the selector shaft for the Celica, I wouldn't have to use like a block off plate or RTV, it's shut. So I decided to just use a XRS transmission and not have to worry about leaks. So sent a transmission to my friend Miko. If you guys don't follow him, I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture of his Instagram. If you guys need transmission work with your C60, I highly suggest you guys send him a personal message on Instagram. Let him know that Seabass sent you. And so he rebuilt an XRS transmission that I had. He replaced the forks. He replaced the worn out gears. I believe it was fifth and sixth. I'm not sure, I forgot. But he replaced all the synchros, and he charges a really good price, guys. If you're in the Southern California area, I suggest you guys hit him up. He replaced all that. And so I already installed, this is already after. I already went ahead and installed the transmission. It shifts like butter. It's so good. So thank you again, Miko, for rebuilding my C60. And so pretty much just to catch you guys up, this is me just putting together my car back and just going through the process of some little key details that I do. I clean up the case, I put everything back together. I decided to go with an ACT clutch because that's what everyone kept suggesting me to do. So Exedy no more, stage one. I'm done with Exedy. Unfortunately, I do have an Exedy stage one in my V6 Celica, so we're gonna see how long that lasts. So not keeping my hopes too high, but let's see what happens. Anyways, let me stop talking. Catch you guys later. So we're just setting up our C60. This is a early 03 XRS, Matrix XRS C60. You can easily tell by that right there. Later year XRSs had this flushed to the outer case, so you wouldn't have this hole here. And another way to tell that if this is a Celica C60 is if the hole is open right here, because the gear selector is on this side rather than the back as the Corolla XRS, Matrix XRS, and Pontiac Vibe GT. So there you have it. There's 3 different types of C60s that I know of. So we already got our bracket installed. Got some blue thread locker on it. Put both new axle seals on. Already threw my throwout bearing, put enough lube on it. And if you guys are interested in the part numbers, this is the part number for this one was for the passenger side. Is it? No, this is for the driver's side. So this part number right here is for the driver's side axle seal, and then this one over here is the one for the passenger side. Let's see if you guys can see it. There you have it. Sorry about it, it's in a bag. I actually had a spare one that I didn't end up using, so put this in a little Ziploc bag. So my Corolla XRS throwout bearing fork was already pretty beat up, you can see right here. So I ended up not using this one. This is the one I'm gonna end up using for whenever I pull out axles. I ended up taking this one off my other Corolla XRS transmission that I have in the backyard. So Got it all situated. Make sure to lube the seals whenever you put them in. You don't want to put them in dry. Ha 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 ha. Laugh all you want about it. But anyways, let's go ahead and throw on the C60. So I read all your guys' comments. A lot of you guys told me to go with ACT. And so that's what I ended up going with. So here it is. This is my new ACT, Advanced Clutch Technology. And this is going to go into my Corolla XRS. That's been sitting here for months now. So finally got my transmission back from my rebuilder, and what we're gonna do today is just mount up the clutch pressure plate, and tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and throw the C6. So I went ahead already and cleaned up the mating surface, or I guess the flywheel I should say. I already went ahead and cleaned it up. A lot of you were suggesting to replace the disc, or the friction material I should say, on the flywheel, but I think I should be fine. Worst case it does slip, then it's whatever. I can drop these C60s in like 45 minutes to an hour, so it's not that much of an issue for me. So I'm gonna run it like that, but make sure you clean it with some brake clean and a rag. And now we're gonna throw on the clutch. Basically, clutch disc goes in first. You use your alignment tool, and then you throw on your pressure plate, and then you have the 12mm bolts that go all around the transmission, or the flywheel I should say, my bad. So there you have it. It's installed. Clutch disc, pressure plate. These are hand tight right now. We're gonna go ahead and torque those down. Doesn't require that much. I believe it's like 14 or 16 foot-pound. So I'm just gonna go off how I've always been doing it, just by hand. So let's go ahead and do that. You can do a crisscross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go like that. So I decided to kill some time right here, and I ended up primering this whole area right here. So for those that have seen my previous videos, you guys would know that this whole area started to rust up pretty bad. So it just started to pit really bad as well. So I decided to get my drill with a wire brush, and I pretty much just went to town on it, stripped the whole paint off completely, and I put some primer on it. But before laying down the primer, I also went ahead and sanded it down with some 120 grit sandpaper. And oh yeah, check this out. This is the reason why I also decided to do this, because this right here just broke. Like, this is the area where your temperature sensor would mount, and this is how it would go, and it would go like this. But I don't know, I guess I don't even slam the hood like that. I don't even slam it. But I guess just over time I decided to take a crap on its own, and yeah, so that broke off. And then also, this being an Illinois car, the original threads decided to rot away, so the bolt got stuck in there. So I ended up having to drill it out, and I had to use my trusty Amazon riv nut. So I have a rivet nut gun, or whatever you want to call this, and basically it creates threads, or without welding I should say. So did that. That's all good. We do have another one of these in the room, so once this finishes drying up, I'm gonna lay another coat of primer just to kind of fill in those imperfections. And then I do have a can of Duplicolor 209 black Toyota, so we're just gonna go ahead and mask off from here to here. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you know I don't care about it too much like that, because eventually in the future I will make my own radiator cooling plate, so all this is going to be hidden. But at the same time, I don't want it to just rot away and then my whole radiator support just rots away. So I had to eliminate that, the rusting, and I did. So just preventative maintenance, I guess you can call it. So oh, and it kind of gives me an excuse to repaint my grill, because my grill is also not liking this California sun. yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and sand this real quick, and I believe I can mask off my paint, my 209 black. I'll just mask off and I'll take off the Toyota badge and just paint this whole area flat black, because I'm getting tired of this front end. I was never a fan of the 05 to 08 front end on the Corollas, never. So in the meantime, I'm gonna run a different bumper. I already have it on order. You guys probably already know what it is, nothing special. So when that comes, I'll go ahead and make a reveal video, but you guys probably already know what it is. You know, what other bumper do we have available that's OEM here in the United States? So take a wild guess. So there you have it, already painted it. Got 2 coats right here, so I'm gonna let them dry up how I've been doing it. Give it about 5-10 minutes in between coats. So this is 2 coats right here, got full coverage already, and then our third one. Gonna probably lay 2 more coats just because this whole area right here is, like, I guess, exposed to all the stuff hitting it. So gonna give it 2 more coats and call it, I guess. Give it 2 more coats. So we just brought the Corolla out to the street already. This is gonna be my first road test since I put the new clutch and the transmission rebuild. So let's hope it works. Got 253,000 miles on the original engine. This transmission has been replaced already. So yeah, but that was my mistake. I kind of grenaded my first C60 on my purpose, or because I was like, I wanted to find an excuse to install my LSD. So now that's that. I don't know if the shift fork that I have, not shift fork, but the shifter on the transmission is bent, but my shifter looks like it's sitting more to the right now. So that's reverse. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. You see, it's kind of far out, man. Look at that. All right, let's go road test this. Let me roll up the window here, guys. So for sure it feels different. It feels different. I might have to adjust my clutch pedal. It's kind of grabbing a little late, probably because I had adjusted it for that Exedy clutch, but this is supposed to be a more, or I guess a more aggressive clutch. And I mean, it feels good. I'll probably hit lift right now since I'm already warmed up. Or I don't think I should hit lift. I gotta break in the clutch. All right, it works. That's enough. That's enough. And just like that, Corolla XRS is back on the road. Oh crap, I forgot to close the oh my god, I forgot to close the damn hood. Oh no. Oh, good thing it didn't fly open on me on the freeway. But yeah, Corolla XRS back on the road, guys. I'm actually very happy. Thank you once again, Miko, for the C60 rebuild, and thank you again, Clayton, as well, for all the parts that you got from me from the dealership on a discount. And expect some more content on this car, guys. I'm really trying to get this car back on the road, like in a much better condition, much better state. So we're getting the whole front end button up. We're gonna get a different bumper. You guys probably already know what I'm gonna get. And I really want to install the Exedy supercharger, but I still have to get a boom slang and the ECU to control the Exedy supercharger, and I got to find a tuner for that as well. But I'm not done with this car, guys. I'm really not. Give me some time. I will give it some love on the channel. Remember, I started as a Corolla guy. I'm gonna die as a Corolla guy. So oh my god, Corolla XRS, you are probably the best daily out there. I love it. But But if you want storage, get an XR or get a Matrix. All right, guys, I'm gonna go take a break now.